Welcome everybody. Today we're going to take a closer look at vitamin C and its role in skincare. One of the most powerful antioxidants and scientifically validated topicals is for skin improvement is definitely vitamin C. However, there's often confusion over the different types of vitamin C and how they work. So I thought today we could have a little look about the types of vitamin C, the lipophilic, hydrophilic, and how they differ in pH value and their benefits to the skin. And we hopefully will look at some new science. All right, several years ago, vitamin C, I think it was about 15 years ago, vitamin C became the new hero product. And it was just so popular. Several companies were introducing different forms of vitamin C. And there was a little bit of a commercial war going on because some of the companies were advocating one type of vitamin C and then criticizing another form of vitamin C. So I was fortunate enough to work with Emerite Professor Mike Roberts, who is a professor of therapeutics and pharmaceutical science. And I shared this information with him, and he warned me not to get caught up with commercial wars. And one thing he told me is that companies research an ingredient and look at a pathway that it will work for them, and that's how they develop their skincare. They're not necessarily an expert on another form of, say, vitamin C. They are experts in their particular way because they found the way to make it work. So you'll find that they will maybe challenge, is it a derivative? Is it unstable? What pH will it work on? And no, this is not going to work because it doesn't have the right pH, etc. However, what Professor Roberts said to me is that the problem can be overcome with the right chemistry. So let's look at the types of vitamin C that are currently available as topicals. When it comes to vitamin C serum, whether it's a serum or a cream, and you do a search in, say, PubMed, you'll find there are three types of vitamin C. Ascorbic acid, ascorbyl 6-palmitate, and magnesium ascorbyl phosphate. They're the three ones. The first one is hydrophilic, and the other two are lipophilic. In terms of their efficacy, the key things that the studies have been looking at is the mechanism of action and clinical application. So they look at antioxidant effect, photoprotective effect, anti-aging, and anti-pigmentary effect. They're the four areas that have a lot of research. So we're going to look at those. First of all, let's look at the antioxidant effect. We know there are numerous studies that definitely validate that vitamin C is indeed the most powerful antioxidant for the skin, and is therefore can protect against free radical damage. And that's a very important role. In terms of sun damage, vitamin C can protect the skin in three ways. It can protect against photoaging, ultraviolet-induced immunosuppression, and photo-induced carcinogenesis. So the other two work together, like immunosuppression. If it's helping the skin to have strong immunity, it will protect it against skin cancer. But it will also protect against skin cancer. All right, number two, the term in terms of general skin aging, what does it do? So obviously we have a little look at its impact on, say, collagen synthesis. We see that it increases collagen synthesis. We see that it stabilizes collagen fibers. And we also see that it decreases collagen degeneration. So it helps with stimulating collagen synthesis, but also protecting against collagen degradation. All right, pigmentation. It decreases melanin formation, therefore it helps with the reduction of pigmentation. And another interesting one that I found was the synergistic benefit of vitamin C when it's combined with vitamin E. What we found in the study is that we probably know that, but Why does it do it? What we discovered is that vitamin C helped to replenish vitamin E and make it more bioavailable. So it works synergistically with vitamin E in the protection against oxidative damage. Therefore, the combination of C and E is more efficacious than applying, say, vitamin C on its own or vitamin E on its own. Okay, vitamin C is the most important antioxidant for the skin. We know that. Unlike plants and animals, humans are unable to synthesize vitamin E. And for that reason, they need, the reason that we are unable to synthesize is due to the absence of an enzyme called L-glucono-gamma lactone oxidase. So what about oral? Okay, some people might say, well, I take vitamin C, I take lots of it, so that I'm fine. So what are the science studies saying about oral vitamin C? Studies are confirming that as far as the skin is concerned, only a small fraction of vitamin C will be biologically available and active in the skin. Therefore, it's important to apply it topically on the skin as well as take it internally. And this is supported by studies. So let's look at studies on outcomes of different types of vitamin C. All right, among all forms of vitamin C, Ascorbic is by far the most biologically active and well studied. Ascorbic acid is hydrophilic, but it's also an unstable molecule. Ascorbic acid does not penetrate easily into the skin because the stratum corneum is hydrophobic when Ascorbic is hydrolipid philic. So it's what we know is the stratum does not like just water-based products. It prefers lipid-based products. So Ascorbic acid also a charged molecule, which further limits its ability to penetrate the skin. So what is needed in order to allow Ascorbic acid to penetrate the skin and benefit it? And we can see that through the change in the pH. Ascorbic has to be below 3.5. So 3 pH value is probably the best, and this will allow it to be more effective in improving its stability as well as its permeability. Another interesting finding was that the addition of ferulic acid into the formula is an excellent way of lowering not just the pH, but also helping to stabilize the vitamin C. We're finding that the combination of these two, you'll find in say, formulas like SkinCeuticals, and SkinCeuticals was formulated originally by Dr. Pinol, who was the researcher that actually discovered the science behind Ascorbic acid and its benefits on topical skin application. All right, so let's look at now the other two forms of vitamin C, the ascorbyl 6-palmitate and magnesium ascorbyl phosphate. Unlike Ascorbic acid, which is hydrophilic and unstable, both Ascorbic 6-palmitate and magnesium ascorbyl phosphate are lipophilic. They esterified forms of vitamin C, and they are stable at a neutral pH of 5.5 or 6. So let's look now at doses. Do we really need high doses of vitamin C, and which is the best way to allow it to optimize benefits to the skin? So we know that in the case of for a product to be biologically significant, the vitamin C concentration has to be 8% plus. However, above 20% is not needed, as you will not experience biologically significant improvement with higher doses. So you don't really need to go to 30% or 25%, even though 25% can be used. But ideally, if you stay between the 10 to 20 is really the best. Also, particularly with Ascorbic acid, high concentrations can create allergic reactions in the form of hives, urticaria, or erythema. In such cases, it's probably a good idea that you use maybe an 8 or 10%, but not the 20%. Or you could also go to a hydrophilic version because everybody needs vitamin C. Okay, so when selecting the best one for you or your clients, you need to consider the sensitivity issue, look at the pH value, and also the strength that will best suit for your particular situation. All right, so let's keep going and looking at the mechanism action of clinical application. So some of the latest sciences, research, what was it saying? So it's saying the vitamin C is well supported through numerous studies as an important potent antioxidant and neutralizing oxidative stress. In summary, there's some interesting things that we found. Protection against photoaging. We found that sunscreen is only partially able to block free radical production by UV exposure. So vitamin C has been shown to inhibit the activation of AP1, which leads to a reduction of MMP production and collagen damage. So it acts as an additional fighter of free radical damage if it's combined with your sunscreen. Okay, in vitro studies have also shown that vitamin C applied at a 5% ascorbic acid 2 hours prior to UV exposure was found to reduce skin wrinkling. So it is, don't just rely on your sunblock. Your vitamin C applied before you go to down the beach, or if you go out in the sun, it will help with that. Okay, the photoprotective effect of vitamin C is confirmed in human clinical studies. One double-blind placebo-controlled study on 10 subjects using just 10% of vitamin C over a 12-week period showed a statistically significant reduction in photoaging scores and improvement in wrinkles in vitamin C treated patients. Now, note that it was these results were able to be achieved within 3 months of cumulative use. So that is an important factor. It's not about high doses and do a whole month and that's it. Now, the more you use it, the more it helps to improve skin renewal. Studies also confirm that vitamin C offers protection against UV-induced immunosuppression, as well as a protection against photocarcinogenesis. So that's also important. That shows you why, in conjunction with your sunscreen, you are getting optimal protection. All right, so what about the anti-aging effects? Vitamin C is essential for collagen biosynthesis and is thought to have an anti-aging effect. More importantly, it serves as a cofactor for the key enzymes that cross-link and stabilize collagen fibers. So the studies are showing that it stabilizes collagen fibers, and that's the way it works on that level. Vitamins also directly activates the transcript factor involved in collagen synthesis and stabilizes pro-collagen messenger RNA, mRNA, that regulates type 1 and type 3 collagen synthesis. So that's important. Studies also confirm that vitamin C increases gene expression in protecting the skin against collagen degradation. So that's the mechanism by which that is achieved. It was found that vitamin C increases gene expression of collagen synthesis of the tissue inhibitor of MMP1, which decreases collagen degradation. A clinical study shows that daily application of just 3% of topical vitamin C over a 4-month period led to a significant increase in density of dermal papillae. Isn't that interesting? It is interesting that the high doses isn't the issue, it's the consistency and long-term use. Now, coming back to dermal papillae, we know that retinol is very, very good for that. but so is collagen. So is vitamin C. So you could use your vitamin C perhaps in the morning and work on your retinol at night, which is a little bit more photosensitizing. All right, so the other one about the replenishing of vitamin E that we looked at before, it states that vitamin E, while it's lipophilic antioxidant, has a primary role in protecting cell membranes from oxidative stress and maintaining collagen network in the skin. However, similar to vitamin C, vitamin E levels are rapidly depleted after UV exposure. Several clinical studies have proven the synergistic antioxidant effect of C and E, which offer a stronger photoprotective benefit. Studies confirm that when C and E are combined, they work better than when they applied separately. So again, these studies are available for you to view. There will be an article on this, the full article of this, and all the studies will be presented in the next issue of APJ Journal, which should be out in the next few weeks. All right, anti-pigmentary effect. Vitamin C also plays a role in anti-pigmentation as an anti-pigmentation agent. Now, this is interesting. It interacts with copper ions and tyrosinase activating sites to inhibit the action of enzyme tyrosinase and maintain enzyme responsible for conversion of tyrosine into melanin, thereby decreasing melanin formation. So that's the mechanism that makes that effective. A clinical study examining the effect of topical formation of 25% vitamin C reported a significant decrease in pigmentation caused by melasma after a 16-week period. So it's not just protecting the skin against pigmentation, it's also lightening it if it is present. So it's not the only ingredient, but it's one that will work in helping. So if you're doing pigmentation treatments, you can use a higher percentage of vitamin C for that purpose. Now, deterioration. Now, that's an interesting one that I have to bring up, and that is vitamin C must be protected against direct sunlight and high temperatures. Keep your serum in a cool place. So it's very, very important that you keep it sealed away from direct sunlight and also away from heat. If it changes color, dispose of it because it's been compromised. So it's not going to work. So maintaining the integrity of your formula is important. So what new advances are we seeing? We're seeing that in the area of skincare formulations, there's new science discoveries and ways of utilizing nanoparticles, microspheres, and multi-layered microemulsions for graded topical delivery. And so they're looking at micronizing it so that it can penetrate deeper into the skin. Studies also looking at ways of stabilizing the active component. Now, let's look at equipment. This is important for aestheticians and skin therapists, dermal therapists that are working with equipment. And if you're a consumer, this is why you're going to your therapist. We found that both electroporation and interferosis, as well as sonoforosis, have been used to enhance vitamin C penetration in the dermis. Application of vitamin C to the treated skin surface after microdermabrasion and CO2 or YAG laser resurfacing increases the transepidermal penetration of vitamin C by 20 times. So there is a reason why you need to go and trust advanced technologies that have the capacity to take these antioxidants and cosmeceuticals and deliver them at a deeper level. In conclusion, it's also been observed that vitamin C is a good prime agent for a post-operative agent for the prevention of erythema following laser resurfacing. So in conclusion, vitamin C is one of the most powerful antioxidants in the skin due to its antioxidant neocollagenesis and skin lightening properties. Its clinical application ranges from photoprotective, anti-aging, and anti-pigmentary benefits. It is a popular cosmeceutical agent that has copious amount of scientific validated literature and has excellent safety profile when used correctly. Make sure you get an expert to select the right one for you. Until next time, thank you for watching Solutions for Aesthetics. If you haven't registered for our YouTube channel, please click below and we'll notify you when we have the next one that's coming up. Thank you.